think of flexibility. And what does flexibility mean to you? Because a lot of times people hear other people saying, be flexible, learn to understand another person's point of view. And human nature somehow dictates that we are very habitual and we like things the same way. We like things in a certain order. And when that order doesn't happen, it creates like a malfunction in our system, and emotions react when we feel emotions like anger or disappointment or hurt, and all these emotions and all these feelings, good or bad, right or wrong, you are experiencing as a result of a memory. And whenever you are experiencing, so the good news is that in the old paradigm, we were working to heal ourselves, to forgive all those who have wronged us, and ask for forgiveness from all those who we have wronged and harmed us. And in this beautiful, wonderful new world that we are currently embracing and building together, is the key here to all emotions, the key to master all emotions is flexibility. Now, what is flexibility and why flexibility is so important? Yes, someone says flexibility of body or of mind. No, flexibility of thoughts. Flexibility of point of view. For example, if you know that if someone speaks to you in a certain tone, and as soon as they have that tone, you feel hurt or you feel upset, that is a neurological pathway, a thought that your mind has already collected, or your body is already stored information about that tonality. And as soon as you feel, or your energy feel the same tonality, that is the same tonality that you have already experienced, your body reacts as in hurt, or your body reacts in defense mechanism, or your body reacts in any kind of bad argument that is a result of you responding to that memory. And what flexibility does, it allows you to question. So the way we bring or embrace flexibility in our life is by moving into a space of observation, meaning that instead of being in your body, instead of constantly engaging in emotions of hurt or anger or even happiness or joy, just watch yourself respond to that energy. And I say energy because the person who is transmitting, or the person who's sending these light codes towards your energy that you are personally decoding and making it mean something, has nothing to do with this environment. It is us, our receptivity or our interpretation of that receptivity requires attention if we really want to move from those emotions. So for example, the old situations, this is what I want you to do now. I want you to think of a situation that is currently giving you a challenge in your life. So if you could just let go of everything and just imagine in your mind's eye of a situation that is currently making you feel hurt or upset. Okay, everybody got that? If you have, you can press heart, or you can type in your chat box saying yes, you've got it. Amazing. Wonderful. And now this is what I want you to do. I want you to close your eyes and just imagine that if that feeling, or if that feeling of hurt or disappointment or challenge, you could sense in your body, where would you sense it? Wonderful. And slowly and gradually, gently, whatever your mind is giving you information about that feeling. So if you just imagine that your mind is now entering to that part of your body and gently opening it up with any memories, any kind of decisions, any kind of information that you already have in that cell. Just allow it to just surface up. Wonderful. Beautiful. So all those emotions, all those decisions, all those promises that you might have made to yourself or anybody else, that is currently creating these emotions. You gently, lovingly let them go, as gently as a breath out. So the beauty of this new paradigm is your imagination is your best tool to move energies, to create new pathways, to have new possible interpretation of that same action. So maybe the tonality that previously would get you off guard or make you feel bullied or oppressed, now you're imagining that the person who's speaking in that tonality is really passionate about what they believe in, and you respect and appreciate their opinion. Wonderful. And allow these words to travel through all your cellular memories. So every nerve, every fiber, every cell in your body is moving into neutrality. Neutrality of all events, good, bad, right, wrong, happy, sad, all of them in neutrality. Wonderful. And now, let's experience a remembrance experience. So today, in this transmission, we are going to go on a journey that will remind ourselves the flexibility of human nature. And today, you will remember why you, as human being, is the most superior creation of the Creator. The Creator has created so many elements: fire, air, water, earth, minerals, plants, animals, angels, jinns, ETs, elementals. All these are many, many facets of different expressions of the divine. And when the divine had the intention of combining all these elements in one portal, the birth of mankind, started to resonate on planet Earth. God had decided to experience all the elements in one facet. So created this wonderful, beautiful, flexible combination of main elements. Granted the power of fire to give heat, the power of clay, earth, to give it form, shape, the power of water that runs through this divine being, the container of all its blueprint, the power of air that translates into imagination. The more clear the mind is, the more clearer the sight is, the easier it is for man to see the path that's walking on. Granted the light of the angel to have the ability to be pure light. Granted the fire of the jinns, and give the ability to be as dark can be. Angels are limited as they only know light. Jinns are limited as they only know dark or fire. All the other elements were limited in their own area of composition, but not man. Man, in its very nature, is so flexible that by invoking the law of free will, it can access all the light that is available. And by invoking the law of free will, it can also access all the darkness that is available. An imbalance of all these elements is our journey as human beings. So today, in this transmission, in order to truly experience ourselves as flexibility, we ask the universe to grant us the courage of fire so we can change the things that we can. The flexibility of water to accept the things that we can't. The clarity of air to see the path. The groundedness of earth to stay centered on the path we're walking, and allowing us to be fully in balance and harmony with all these elements. So we are flexible always, giving ourselves permission to experience ourselves, any element, at will. That is why being human is more powerful than being angel or any other being. Because being human means having the flexibility to move between elements and co-create a unique reality that is only in existence because you exist. So just feel the feelings of these vibrations of flexibility encoded in every nerve, every fiber, every cell in your body is bathing in this wonderful new way of being, flexibility, allowing you to always find your way, always work a way out, always have faith, one way or the other, on one thing or the other, always be in love with one energy or the other. There's always love available. There's always abundance available. All we have to do is experience ourselves as flexibility and use the power of air to have clear sight so we can embrace all facets of divine at one time. Wonderful. And whenever you're ready, slowly and gradually, bring this wonderful consciousness into your body. Excellent. So tell me, how was it? How are you feeling? Have lots of water. It takes about 48 hours for the energy to settle. So make sure you have loads of water. And infuse this water with flexibility, I suggest. Amazing. Thank you. We're just processing. You know, sometimes silence is a gift. A lot of times we work towards filling this void of silence. So let's just be in silence, in our own company, present with our own feelings. And if you're feeling emotional, just pick up a pen and just write it down. Or you can use the chat box. So I'll just be holding your space for a couple of minutes. So allow these energies. Thank you for so many hearts. I love it. So jinn is a creature that's created with fire. You know, in historic texts they say Lucifer or devil or Satan, and there's a story in religious texts that says, especially in Islamic texts, then when God created Adam, God asked all of his creation to bow to Adam in respect, because Adam is the superior creation, and all the creations agreed except Iblis or Lucifer, and said, no, I am more powerful. And that's the whole text continues with the dark and the light and the good and the bad. And I feel the reason why human beings are more powerful than any other creature is because, yes, we have the element of jinns in us, we have the element of fire in us, but we're not it. We have the element of light as well, and which is why we are here to experience life in balance and harmony. Wonderful. I love it. If your neck is feeling rigid, that is a great sign, because your neck holds fixed point of views. So get very, very excited, and I would send lots of love to my body and say thank you so much, body, for being so flexible, and learn to communicate with your body. Your body has a mind of its own, and your body does listen to you. Yes, there are good jinns too, and they are just like five fingers are not equal. Light does not mean just light, and darkness does not mean just darkness. And sometimes when we go through the process of evolution, we do evolve from darkness to light, and then we come back to darkness, embrace it to become whole. That's what wholeness is, my friends. In the old paradigm, we've been trying to be so positive and stay focused and stay committed and success and personal development and be positive, and this paradigm is be flexible, be whole. Amazing. If you're experiencing tension in your chest, get super, super excited, which means that the energies, because if you're feeling anything in your body, tingling sensation, the reason why you're experiencing is that you imagine that your body is a portal of memories. It holds memories from your past life, your present life, your future life, Akashic records. Anybody ever wanted to know where does the universal library is and Akashic records are? They're inside your body, contained information in your cells. So when we do transmission, we're sending these grids of light, which is the new information, and that is hitting your cells. And the old memories that are currently in your cells are getting triggered, which means there might be a conflict of belief there, because your computer says, this conversation cannot be recognized. Please try again. Never. So, and your soul is saying, I like this information. It makes me feel good about myself. And all I can say in that is just allow your body to experience the change. And sometimes it can be aches and it can be pains. And whenever you're experiencing aches and pains, get super, super excited that, wow, something is moving in my body. Pain means that cellular memory got triggered. And that's why your body's screaming, saying, pay attention, system malfunction. That's what pain is. Pain is system malfunction in your computer software, because it's received an information which is conflicting to the current information. That's why we have headaches, because headaches, we have certain thought forms that create certain feelings that generate certain results, and suddenly our mind expands and we have new information that says, oh, by the way, you don't have to be angry anymore, or by the way, you don't have to be upset anymore. Your mind goes into malfunction, thinking, hang on, then what do I do? And that's when it creates pain. So when you have pain, get super, super excited, because there's new information that you are not aware of is hitting your radar, and it's asking for attention. So that's what it is. So give yourself permission, even if it's a sharp pain in your collarbone. Your bones hold a lot of information, because when we get buried or wherever your bones stay, and the energy remains. So there's a lot of past life or genetic codes are involved in bones. So if you have any pain in your bones, just send it light and say, it is safe for me to neutralize all those memories that no longer serves me. And that would really, really ease the pain. Okay, jaw represents tension. So jaw represents stress and overwhelm. So if you're experiencing jaw pains, chances are that your ability to cope threshold has been threatened, and your jaw is giving you that kind of attention. Okay. Ears, my friends. Ears is your ability to listen. Your body stores information very, very logically. Your ears, your ability to listen. So if you have an earache and it started for a long time, so you need to become a spy. Take your observation flexibility cap on and dive into your ears and see when you dive into it and you give yourself permission. This is the key here. Have the intention to access the memory and give yourself permission to dissolve the memory. These are the two new basic rules of this new paradigm. Whenever you go on a journey or quest of expansion, always have the intention. So you have the access to the memory and permission to dissolve the memories. A lot of us are struggling right here, right now, is because we are holding on to the memories. Oh my God, life was amazing when kids weren't born, or life was great when I was living in Uganda, or wherever where a lot of us are living in a glorified past, and that is a challenging. That is the reason for most of our challenges. So if you're feeling challenged at any given point in your present, right here, right now, don't engage in the challenge. Before you engage in emotion of hurt, upset, you say, hang on, says who this means I should feel upset? Says who I should feel angry at this or frustrated at this? There's a memory there, and it's a result of the memory that you're experiencing any emotion right here, right now. Because if you're fully living in the present with no previous conscious awareness of the past and no previous conscious awareness of the present, then you would be in neutrality, because you don't know what that event means. That's what neutrality looks like in the real world when you are living in maybe. Stop living in opinions. Start living in maybes. Maybe this means this, or maybe this means this. Who knows? Who cares? Put the meaning that makes you feel great about it. Any other meaning? Computer can't compute. Imagine living just for a day, life like that, where when you're always open to the possibility of it can mean anything, and I'm open to it. And that will give you flexibility, that will give you a choice, that will give you a choice to respond to a situation instead of reacting to the situation. So in this new paradigm, we say stop reacting, because reacting, what does reacting mean? What does reaction mean? Reaction means that you've already acted out that scenario in your life or in your head, and now you are reacting to it. So let's stop reacting, not even reliving. Start responding. Start being responsible. That's what responsibility means. Your ability to respond to a situation means you're responsible. And the only way you will be able to respond to a situation from the present is when you are in neutrality, when you are living in maybe. Maybe this means this, maybe this means this. I'm open to it. And if in doubt, question. If in doubt, question people's statements. Ask them, hey, what do you mean by that? Stop assuming. Stop putting the meaning in their actions according to your judgment. Start asking them, hey, this is what I experienced. What did you mean by that? Open, honest conversation will take us a long way. And if somebody said something and that made you feel upset, and you have dissolved the memory, and you're still feeling upset, pick up the phone, have a conversation, and say, hey, you know that conversation we had? That's how I felt. What did you mean? And you would be surprised. 90% of the time, what we think the person's action mean is far from it, because we all are living in our own reality, in our own vibrational grid. So no matter who does what, to you, it comes into your grid, it gets deleted, distorted, generalized based on your memories, and the rest of the information comes to you. So instead of taking that information as the truth pill, you have a conversation, you build the bridge between two worlds. That's how you become flexible, by building the bridge of communication based on respect and appreciation. You merge realities. That's how relationships work. When we are able to, the more we're able to relate to each other, the stronger our relationships get. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of comments. Thank you very much. I'm really enjoying this new wave and new world that is showing up. I really invite you to allow yourself, give yourself permission to play with the energy of flexibility. How about this week? We have a home play where every day you wake up and you say, just for today, I live in maybe. Just for today, I take one day at a time. Don't even plan the entire life, the entire day, that from now onwards I am going to be flexible, or I'm going to be successful, or I'm going to just be lucid, be flexible. Maybe I'll be successful, maybe I'll be not successful. I won't be successful. Who knows? Who cares? Maybe I have this, maybe I don't have this, because I know whatever I have is the best thing. Why? Because I am an expression of divine. So what if every single one of us live our lives moment by moment, day by day, being fully aware of the entire bigger picture, yet being fully present in the day, in the moment, and experiencing life through multiple perspectives? That is, in my opinion, a wholesome life. So I will love you and leave you with that thought of, just for today, I'm living in maybe, and see how that unfolds for you. I would love to hear from you. If you have experienced this and had value, please make sure you share this. This transmission is available for the next 24 hours. And next Transmission Thursday, we are embracing love, because they say it is the month of love and Valentine's, which I was super excited about for years and years and years. And today, for the very first time, when I tried to find those feelings of Valentine's, what do they really mean for me? And I thought, you know what, I think we got lost in translation with all these Mother's Days and Father's Days and Husband Days and Valentine's Day. What they really are reminders. So it's almost like we had kept like a reminder for ourselves, to remind ourselves that we love. And I feel if every day is a reminder of love, and every day is a reminder of loving your parents and loving your siblings and loving your friends, and if we truly embrace love on a day-to-day basis, then we won't have to set reminders to, oh, today is Valentine's Day, I must tell her I love her, or I must tell him I love her. That's why all these days, I believe, were created, to set us reminders. And I say, we don't need reminders anymore. We remember that these are most valuable relationship in our lives, and every single day is a day of love. And that's what we will be experiencing in next Thursday's transmission. Before that, we have our final Wednesday preview for Soul Relationship Mastery, which is happening in London. The Portal of Love is opening to us on the 20th and 21st of February in London. You can apply. We only have about 20 spaces remaining. It's an application-based system. And if you're international, by the way, this is great news for those of you who are international, meaning who are not in London, because I believe that we are in this major energetic wave. We have an opportunity to build it. In order to support to everybody globally, we have decided to allocate free tickets for my courses for international Spartans. So if you're traveling from abroad, outside of UK, you are welcome to apply for the International Spartans, where the course will be my gift to you. All you have to do is just show up, but make sure you apply. It is sidrajafrilive.com/journey onwards. This is for the entire year. We're running an application system. We only have a limited number of seats because it's a transmission. It's not a course. None of my courses are courses anymore. All of my are live transmission weekends where I bring the information from the new world. And we have 3 portals opening this year. Love Portal, which is soul relationship mastery. We have Power Portal, which is mind body alignment in March. And we have Abundance Portal, which is energetic business mastery in May. And these will repeat in the last half of the year. And you are welcome to apply for any of these courses as an international Spartan. If at the moment you physically can't afford it, we believe that just because you can't afford us doesn't mean you don't deserve us. So you can apply for the contribution Spartan as well. There are various options for application, so make sure that you do apply and get yourselves in that Love Portal, Power Portal, Abundance Portal through various courses that we are offering. I would love to see you and be a witness to your greatness and building your dream life this year. This is me, Sidra Jafri, your dream catcher, signing off for now. Love you, and I look forward to seeing you. Until we meet again, keep living your dream. Thank you.